Namaskar, good evening. You're watching Breaking Ground and I am Swati Joshi. Let me first take you through the top developments that will be our big focus. The much-awaited Karnataka Cabinet expansion will take place today after the Congress High Command has approved the names of 20 MLAs to be sworn in as ministers in DK Shivakumar's cabinet. We'll keep you updated on that front. We'll also tell you all about the prestige battle in Bihar, Bankipur seat, as Jan Swaraj Party founder Prashant Kishore takes an early lead in the by-poll, leading by over 13,000 votes now after 23 round of counting. Former Wrestling Federation of India chief and ex-BJP MP Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh has been acquitted in the sexual harassment case filed after the 2023 wrestlers' protest. We'll also tell you all about the paper leak controversy in Jharkhand that has escalated, triggering protests, political attacks and demands for a fair investigation. And while Mumbaikars battle potholes, flooding and crumbling civic infrastructure, the BMC is facing backlash over a proposed 1.5 crore rupees vehicle upgrade for its top leaders. We'll get you all the top updates. First up, there's some breaking input coming in from Bankipur in Bihar, where Prashant Kishore maintains lead in the Bankipur by-polls. Prashant Kishore is ahead of the BJP candidate. PK ahead in Bankipur after round 28 of counting as well. He has got 59,213 votes after round 28. BJP trails in Bankipur Fortress, a seat that was carved out in 2008, and the BJP has won this seat every single time ever since it was carved out in 2008. Prashant Kishore now leading by a massive 19,419 votes after 28 rounds of counting. So 28 rounds of counting done. Prashant Kishore leading by over 19,000 votes. PK is set to script his history. Soon this will translate into results and there'll be an official announcement. Earlier you saw visuals of the Jan Swaraj party leaders celebrating PK's victory. Let me go across to Mohit, who's getting us more details. Mohit, at the moment, of course, the big news is that Prashant Kishore is all set to win the Bankipur seat by polls, and the larger issue here is the message that this particular victory, this win sends out, because here we're talking about a seat that was carved out in 2008, and ever since it was carved out, BJP has won it every single time.
Well, Swati, the major point over here is that this was the seat of the BJP National President Nitin Naveen. He has been winning this seat for a long time, and hence it was expected that it will be a cakewalk for the Bharatiya Janata Party. You see, when your party president vacates a seat, by-polls are happening, then the whole machinery of the party works on the ground. But still, these results surely would be shocking for the Bharatiya Janata Party. But yes, BJP were facing problems in this seat. Earlier, the candidates were changed. Now, Veera Sinha was declared as a candidate, and now Prashant Kishore is leading by around 19 to 20,000 margin, and just few rounds are left. So in all probability, he will be winning from the Bankipur, and he will make his debut as the MLA. Remember, Jan Swaraj Party contested the Bihar Assembly election, but Prashant Kishore did not contest the election. I covered Prashant Kishore's campaign significantly. He was hoping that the Jan Swaraj Party will get at least 4 to 5 to 7 to 10 seats, but that did not happen, and everybody wrote off Prashant Kishore from the Bihar politics. It's a major victory, and winning from the turf of BJP is something which is very big. Now, the opposition, Swati, will surely take the political advantage of it. I spoke to various leaders from the opposition party. They say that this is the anger of the Gen Z that is coming out. So they will surely link this to the protest that has happened, and by saying that the Gen Zs have voted in the states, not just here, but also in Datia. So clearly what we see is that this is a major victory. PK is all set to script the history.
Absolutely.
And the lead that he has got is something which is very major. And surely the BJP
well, Mohit, stay on with us. According to reports, BJP has never got less than 59% of the total votes as far as the Bankipur seat is concerned. Niyamika is also joining us on the broadcast. And apart from, the fact that the BJP is getting a big setback in terms of the electoral performance of Prashant Kishore, but the other factor here also is the caste factor. This particular constituency has an unusually high upper caste votes. So, setback on two counts: one, electoral performance, and the caste equation that the BJP tries to balance.
Well, yes, indeed, Swati. This kind of results coming out from the bypolls that seems like Prashant Kishore has been successful in bridging the gap which was used to be there in terms of the caste equations in Bihar. Specifically, if we talk about the kind of politics which is being done, the major political parties used to focus more upon the caste equations. They seek votes on the basis of caste lines also. But in this particular scenario, we have seen that how Prashant Kishore has targeted upon the
Absolutely.
grassroots with the issues which were being
Absolutely.
there.
RJD remains in the third position, but it has never been very strong. Also, the issues raised by Prashant Kishore really seems to have resonated with the constituents of Bankipur. Thank you very much, Mohit and Niyamika, for getting us the details. I have to move on and shift our focus to Karnataka, where the swearing in for the cabinet ministers is currently underway, and this has come after a long wait for both the Congress party and the people of Karnataka.
ಸ್ಥಾಪಿತವಾದ ಭಾರತದ ಸಂವಿಧಾನದ ವಿಷಯದಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಜವಾದ ಶ್ರದ್ಧೆ ಮತ್ತು ನಿಷ್ಠೆಯನ್ನು ಹೊಂದಿರುತ್ತೇನೆಂದು ನಾನು ಭಾರತದ ಸಾರ್ವಭೌಮತ್ವವನ್ನು ಮತ್ತು ಅಖಂಡತೆಯನ್ನು ಎತ್ತಿ ಹಿಡಿಯುತ್ತೇನೆಂದು ಮತ್ತು ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ರಾಜ್ಯದ ಮಂತ್ರಿಯಾಗಿ ನನ್ನ ಕರ್ತವ್ಯಗಳನ್ನು ಶ್ರದ್ಧಾಪೂರ್ವಕವಾಗಿ ಹಾಗೂ ಅಂತಃಕರಣಪೂರ್ವಕವಾಗಿ ನಿರ್ವಹಿಸುತ್ತೇನೆಂದು ಭಯ ಅಥವಾ ಪಕ್ಷಪಾತವಿಲ್ಲದೆ ರಾಗದ್ವೇಷವಿಲ್ಲದೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬಗೆಯ ಜನರಿಗೆ ಸಂವಿಧಾನಕ್ಕೆ ಮತ್ತು ಕಾನೂನಿಗೆ ಅನುಸಾರವಾಗಿ ನ್ಯಾಯವಾದುದನ್ನೇ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೇನೆಂದು ದೇವರ ಹೆಸರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಮಾಣ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೇನೆ, ಶ್ರದ್ಧಾಪೂರ್ವಕವಾಗಿ ಪ್ರತಿಜ್ಞೆ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೇನೆ. ನಾನು
All right, so as we speak, Karnataka is getting a full-fledged cabinet today. You are witnessing the oath-taking ceremony. The much-awaited expansion of Karnataka Chief Minister D.K. Shivakumar's cabinet is happening. 20 leaders are being sworn in as ministers after the list was cleared by the High Command. D.K. Shivakumar and Siddaramaiah, remember, met the High Command multiple times before the names were finalized. There are 20 names in that list, including some existing names. There are those who are upset because they could not make it to the cabinet as well. There are some resignations that have happened as well. Let me, in fact, go across to my colleagues. We have Akshara and Imran getting us more details. Akshara, if you can hear me, we are witnessing the oath-taking ceremony, a full-fledged cabinet for Karnataka. But at the same time, there are those who have resigned. There are those who have expressed their agony, how they are not happy, dissatisfied with the developments. This after they couldn't make it to the cabinet.
Well, absolutely. Many leaders are disgruntled over the fact that they have not been inducted into the cabinet. Now, remember, even during the formation of the cabinet, during the first time, the very same issue occurred. Many were unhappy over not being inducted into the cabinet. And this time around, you have an MLA from the Congress party resigning, Yeshwantarai Gowda also resigning from his MLA post, stating that he was supposed to be inducted into the cabinet, but because of few leaders within the Congress party, he was not inducted into the cabinet. And at the very same time, Dinesh Gundurao, one of the senior leaders here in the Congress party, was also not been inducted into the cabinet. His wife took to social media stating that Caste has taken priority over all the other work which he has done. That's the reason why he's not been inducted. So many disgruntled voices coming to the fore because their leaders have not been inducted into the cabinet, and all across many parts of Karnataka also their protests are taking place. In Mysuru, supporters of MLA Tanveer said they staged a protest. One of his supporters allegedly consumed poison because he was not inducted into the cabinet. At the very same time, in the Hubli, supporters of Abhaya Prasad, they are staging protests. They are blocking roads and burning tires as well. So in many parts of Karnataka, we are witnessing protests from the supporters of the Congress leaders who have not been inducted into the cabinet. And at the very same time, the D.K. Shivakumar, the Chief Minister of Karnataka, has sent out a message to the leaders and the supporters of the leaders, stating that he, in his political career, he has remained patient and he has been rewarded, and he is now the Chief Minister. And he also expects them to be patient, and their time will come, and the capable ones will be inducted into the cabinet or given even higher posts. So he sent a message stating that you have to remain patient and ensure that this particular process goes on, and they will be rewarded. So that's the message coming in from the Karnataka Chief Minister D.K. Shivakumar amid all the protests and the disgruntled voices coming to the fore ahead of the oath-taking ceremony and also the oath-taking ceremony.
The Chief Minister is trying to reach out, I believe, through that message to those who could not make it, and he knows that they are upset to the extent that some of them have given their resignations. He says, I was not inducted into the cabinet and I had to keep patience, and look at me now today. I am the Chief Minister of Karnataka. So he's trying to reach out to them as well. But will Congress be able to contain this, Akshara? That's the big question.
Well, yes, that's the headache for DK Shivakumar now. How to contain this? How to ensure that they accommodate all these leaders, whether they can go ahead and give them any other posts as well. Because this issue has been recurring in the Congress party. Because if you see, even from the start, before the elections, the tickets are given. Even from there as well, many leaders who don't get the tickets, they try to jump ship, or they express their concerns, stating that they have worked for the party, they have not been given tickets. And when that process concludes, you have the MLAs and everyone the voting ceremony of the MLAs, it takes place, and once again you have the cabinet list that comes out, the ministerial position that needs to be filled. Even during that time as well, you have the many MLAs stating that they have worked hard for the party, they need to be in the cabinet list. So yes, it is a recurring issue in any of the parties. But yes, DK Shivakumar is someone who is known to tackle these issues, and we'll have to see what necessary action will be taken against the disgruntled voices of the supporters, or how he'll try to convince them to take back their resignation and to remain patient. As I mentioned earlier, he's already given a message to the party, the supporters of these MLAs and the MLAs themselves who have been the aspirants for the ministerial posts, stating that he cited his own example, stating that I have now become the chief minister. I was not given the cabinet post before. I was not given any other place, but here I am now. So this is the worth of waiting patiently. So he will try to convince them through that manner, or try to accommodate all these leaders through various other posts as well. So that needs to be seen. What
it will be an uphill task, for Mr. DK Shivakumar and the Congress party to contain this, because the fallout has begun. It's evident. It is being witnessed as we speak in terms of those resignations. Akshara, do stay on with us. Let me also try and go across to Imran. Imran, the Congress party has also tried to balance the caste equation, isn't it?
Well, absolutely. The focus is given on the Ahinda vote bank here. For the first time, there are 7 SC ministers who are made in the cabinet. 3 are from the SCs. 7 Lingayites and 5 Vocaligas are part of the cabinet. And 4 minorities are there in the cabinet this time. So it's a very, very election-oriented cabinet where the budget... I beg your pardon, to look at the 2020 assembly elections. So the caste core vote bank of the Congress Ahinda has been kept in mind. So OBCs, SCs, STs, the 2 dominant castes politically, Lingayites and Vocaligas, 7 and 5 have been kept into point, and 4 minorities are there as part of the cabinet is there. So young voices are there. The only drawback to this cabinet is taking vote is there. Behind me, what you can see, 19 ministers are taking vote. The one MLA was there, Gayatri Shantagowda. She has been dropped from the cabinet because of her, she is yet to take vote as a MLC. So likely she'll be what we get into from party sources, she'll be replaced by another. But as of right now, the 33 ministers are taking vote. Part 1 is an MLA. What criticism is coming from the opposition over this issue. Second, there was a little embarrassment for the party that after announcing the list, Mankal Vaidya was dropped and SS Mallikarjun, another strong Lingayat from the Davangere, the central part of the Karnataka, was inducted in the cabinet. In fact, we'll let you brief background of it, that his son had contested for the Davangere Assembly constituency, which led to a lot of internal party fight. In fact, one of the political advisor of the former Chief Minister Siddaramaiah was sacked, and in fact, the JPSC district party president also sacked for this particular issue. And Zamir himself was under a cloud of controversy of backing the opposition SDPI candidate rather than the Congress candidate. In fact, an audio was leaked also in which there were conversations of him, of backing the rival candidate. And he himself was doubtful whether he'll make it to the cabinet, but he's made it to the cabinet along with Rizwan. Salim Ahmed is the chairman of the council, along with what we have the former speaker and now the health minister there, who is part of the making of the 4 minorities who are part of the cabinet. There are 7 SC ministers there, and the STs are 3, and OBCs are another 5. So very good emphasis there on Ahinda vote bank, and a good mixture of the Vocaligas and Lingayats are there.
Siddaramaiah certainly made sure that the Ahinda vote bank was accommodated. Imran, stay on with us. Let me also bring in Akshara. And Akshara, Siddaramaiah's close aides have been inducted as well. The Vocaliga and the Lingayat community represented. So the caste balancing equation that we are talking about here, the Congress party has followed that to the T to ensure that, there's no backlash. All right, I'm being told that we've lost that line with Akshara. Let me take that question back to Imran. So the Congress party really tried to ensure there's no backlash from these communities.
Yes, except the Brahmin community where there's no representation right now. See, other communities, especially the Congress of core vote bank, Ahinda vote bank has been even larger share of representation in it. Minorities are there, and same list, 7 Lingayats and 5 Vakaligas have been there as part of the cabinet. And the first time 7 SCs have made it to the part of the cabinet. They have a good representation of SC left and right. It's not political ideology. That's a refer to the different communities in Karnataka. So their representation has also been done as part of the cabinet expansion is concerned. So this is the 2028 cabinet. When looking at the 2028 assembly elections, the High Command has given more representation for OBCs, Ahinda vote banks to ensure that the not only regional representation is there, but also looking at the 2028 assembly elections.
Absolutely. Akshara is back with us in the broadcast. There was also a lot of criticism over, no woman in the cabinet. So when the Congress party made sure that there is some representation, criticism still stays that it could have done better in terms of representation of women as far as the cabinet is concerned.
Well, yes, absolutely. We spoke to a few of the Congress leaders regarding the very same issue. We, in fact, spoke to Madhu Bagarappa, who's the second time a minister here in the state of Karnataka. We questioned him over the lack of representation, but what he had to say is that, he doesn't want to comment on that. It is left to the High Command. So, yes, it does raise concern about the representation of the women in the cabinet as well and overall in the political arena. Now, remember when even during when tickets were being issued for the assembly elections here in Karnataka as well, many women leaders from the state of Karnataka approached Siddaramaiah and few leaders here in the Congress stating that they must be given a ticket and there must be women representation as well. So this particular issue has been raised by the leaders from the Congress party. So, but yes, at the very same time, the lack of representation has once again raised issue. You had in the previous cabinet as well under Siddaramaiah, there was just only one female minister in this particular cabinet, Lakshmi Hebalkar. But during this time as well, there's just one. So lack of representation lack of representation of women has been raised now and then by the female leaders of the Congress as well. But yes, the leaders here which we spoke to are stating the fact that it is left to the High Command. The decision has been taken by the High Command is the word which we're hearing from.
Absolutely, it's a good mix of the young Turks and old guards as far as this new cabinet is concerned, Imran, isn't it?
Actually, in fact, they have tried to give equal representation to both caste, region, and also the mixture of old and new. We saw the first cabinet which came in, they had many former ministers and also very close confidants of the former Chief Minister Siddaramaiah. So this time they have given a larger say for the D.K. Shivkumar's say in the cabinet, but also a good representation as far as concerned as the region, caste-wise, and especially keeping the Congress vote bank in the fourth tray. And as I said earlier, this cabinet is looking at more towards 2028 assembly elections rather than just right now. So in another 2 weeks from now, there's a assembly session is going to take place August 13th. So we have a full-fledged cabinet now, except one woman minister. What the party sources are informing us that she will not be the Gayatri Chantagoda the name was there, but she likely be brought and replaced by other women. The only drawback, one point of context now is that one woman will be taking.
All right, Imran and Akshara, for the moment, thank you very much for getting us those details. We are moving on now, shifting our focus to the other big story that we are tracking very, very closely. It's breaking news coming in from Bankipur in Bihar, and it's official now, according to the breaking inputs, that Prashant Kishore has won the Bankipur seat. After 29 rounds of counting, Prashant Kishore leading by 18,964 votes, and that has now translated into results, into a big win for Prashant Kishore. He's won a seat that was BJP's bastion, which has been breached by him. This particular constituency was carved out in 2008, and ever since then, the BJP has won it every single time. Remember, it was represented by the current BJP president, Nitin Nabin, and during by-polls, Prashant Kishore has managed to breach BJP's fortress, BJP's bastion. Bankipur goes to Prashant Kishore. His party, the Jan Suraj party, drew a blank as far as the Bihar Assembly elections are concerned, but they now have managed to open an account, and it's Mr. Prashant Kishore himself, the founder of the Jan Suraj party, who's all set to become an MLA in the Bihar Assembly. They're showing the victory sign. The issues that were raised by Prashant Kishore, whether it's about Bihar ka Vikas or education, the issues that resonated with the youth of Bihar. Let's go across to Amit, my colleague, who's getting us more details. Amit, निशाना सिर्फ पार्टी पर ही नहीं, पार्टी के कैंडिडेट पर भी प्रशांत किशोर ने इस तरह से साधा था कि बीजेपी को इतना कॉन्फिडेंस है कि वो किसी को भी टिकट दे देगी और वो वहां से जीत करके आ जाएगा। और अगर यही स्ट्रैटेजी थी कि पार्टी के नाम पर और पार्टी के सिंबल पर चुनाव वोट पड़ ही जाएगा, then that has gone wrong.
देखिए, मुझे लगता है एक साफ संदेश है, ये बीजेपी के लिए भी संदेश है कि इस तरह से अगर आप हल्के मिलेंगे तो चुनाव के नतीजे इसी तरह से होंगे। देखिए, प्रशांत किशोर को जो विधानसभा चुनाव हुआ था, सबने देखा कि वहां पर जो जन स्वराज पार्टी का क्या हाल हुआ। उसकी एक बड़ी वजह ये थी कि उन्होंने ये मना कर दिया था कि वो चुनाव नहीं लड़ेंगे, और जब जो सबसे बड़ा चेहरा होता है, अगर वो चुनाव नहीं लड़ता है तो उसका असर पूरी पार्टी पर होता है। लेकिन इस बार आप देखिए कि वो हेड ऑन लेने के लिए तैयार हो गए। वो सबसे पहले उन्होंने अनाउंस कर दिया कि वो चुनाव लड़ेंगे बांकीपुर सीट से, जो कि अध्यक्ष जो बीजेपी के नए अध्यक्ष बने उनकी सीट है। और जिस तरीके से पिछले कुछ दिनों से वो लगातार अटैक कर रहे थे, चाहे मुख्यमंत्री की बात करें सम्राट चौधरी, तो वो एक फेस बनकर आए। लेकिन वहीं पर बीजेपी ने बड़े हल्के अंदाज में एक ऐसे व्यक्ति को कैंडिडेट बना दिया जिसको लोग बहुत जानते नहीं थे। तो ये खामियाजा पार्टी को उठाना पड़ा। पार्टी को ये साफ संदेश है कि आप अगर किसी कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसी को ये समझते हैं कि वो उनकी सीट है, उनकी जो पारंपरिक सीट के तौर पर कि किसी को भी खड़ा कर दे जीत जाएंगे, एक मैसेज है। और ये जब हम लोग पार्लियामेंट में थे, जब जिस तरह से शुरुआती रुझान आया कि लगातार पीके बढ़त पर है और बीजेपी पिछड़ रही है, तभी कुछ सांसदों ने कहा कि जब आप सड़क पर चलिए तो जो स्पीड ब्रेकर है वो अच्छा काम करता है, कि लोगों को एहसास कराता है कि स्पीड के साथ थोड़ी रुकनी पड़ती है। तो एक बीजेपी के लिए आई ओपनर है। उनको ये समझना होगा कि इस तरीके के कोई भी जो सीट है उसको आप टेकन फॉर ग्रांटेड नहीं ले सकते हैं कि वो हमारी सीट है। सीट पर जो वहां पे लोग हैं उनकी जो फीलिंग्स है उनको भी समझना पड़ेगा। और मुझे लगता है पिछले कुछ दिनों से जो एक नाराजगी है, यह कहा जा रहा है कि आखिर इतना बड़ा जो डिफरेंस हुआ है, जो एक तरह से पूरा वहां की जनता पलट गई कि सालों से जो बीजेपी की सीट थी अचानक पीके को अगर उनके साथ खड़ी हुई है, तो ये क्यों हुआ है, क्यों ऐसी नाराजगी हुई है कि जो इनके अपने जो ट्रेडिशनल वोट है, जो ट्रेडिशनल वोटर है,
तो इस नाराजगी को क्या अमित आप जेनजी के प्रोटेस्ट से जोड़कर देखना चाहेंगे? क्योंकि इस जीत ने एक डिबेट की शुरुआत कर दी है। कई लोग कह रहे हैं कि लोकल फैक्टर्स है, इसको आप नेशनल पिक्चर में मत देखिए। दूसरा मत ये है कि नेशनल पिक्चर में आपको देखना ही पड़ेगा, क्योंकि ये जो छात्रों का प्रोटेस्ट हुआ है उसके बाद ये पहला इलेक्टोरल टेस्ट था। तो अगर आप इसको नेशनल पिक्चर के तौर पर देखेंगे तो जेनजी भी इसमें आएगा, जो प्रोटेस्ट हुए वो भी एंगल इसमें आएगा।
नहीं, एकदम आपको देखिए, ये विधानसभा के चुनाव का पैटर्न एकदम अलग होता है, उसको नेशनल प्रोस्पेक्ट के हिसाब से आप नहीं देख सकते, और खासकर बाय इलेक्शंस का तो एकदम नहीं देख सकते। लेकिन इस ऐसे वक्त पर जब एक जनजी आंदोलन हुआ, लोग वहां पर पटना में भी आपने देखा किस तरह छात्रों ने समर्थन में, सीजेपी जो आंदोलन था उसके समर्थन में उतरे थे, वहां पे लाठीचार्ज हुआ, वाटर कैनन चला। लेकिन ये जो नाराजगी है, अगर ये नाराजगी ऐसी नहीं होती, इस तरह के जो नतीजे आते, ये दिखाता है कि जो कई नाराजगी जो है वो मिलकर फिर एक साथ जो कहा जाता है तात्कालिक कारण, जो उस समय का जो मौजूदी जो नाराजगी है वो स्टूडेंट्स की बात होती है, क्योंकि स्टूडेंट के साथ सिर्फ एक स्टूडेंट नहीं होता बल्कि पूरा परिवार होता है। तो आप ये कह सकते हैं कि इसका असर भी पड़ा है। देखिए, विधानसभा के रीजन अलग होते हैं बहुत सारे। जो कई बार सबसे बड़ी बात की वहां पर जो लोकल जो आप कह सकते हैं बीजेपी के जो कार्यकर्ता थे, इस बात पर नाराज थे कि आपने सम्राट चौधरी को मुख्यमंत्री क्यों बना दिया। ये एक बहुत बड़ी वजह है बिहार में बीजेपी, ये भी एक बहुत बड़ी वजह। देखिए, अगर आप उसको रीजनल या लोकल प्रोस्पेक्ट में देखें तो सबसे बड़ी वजह जो बीजेपी कार्यकर्ताओं में निराशा ये हुई कि कुछ दिन पहले पार्टी में आए व्यक्ति को आपने सीधे मुख्यमंत्री बना दिया। ऐसा बीजेपी में नहीं होता है, नहीं होता है बीजेपी में कि आप कोई एक ऐसा व्यक्ति जो कि हमेशा आपके खिलाफ खड़ा हो, आपकी विरोधी पार्टी से आए हो, और आपको उसको 2-4 साल 5 साल के भीतर आपने इस तरह से सीधे सर्वोच्च पद पर बैठाया। तो ये भी नाराजगी है। एक तो पहले से ही मुश्किल से 40% वोट हुआ था, इस बार जो देखिए तो मुश्किल 35 वोट परसेंट गिर गया। आपकी जो अपने वोटर है वो घर से बाहर नहीं निकले, और जो निकले वो आपके खिलाफ हो गए। तो अब बीजेपी को समझने की जरूरत है कि उनके किन फैसलों ने इतना बड़ा जो डिसीजन है, जो बीजेपी के जो अपने हार्डकोर जो करीब 25-30 साल से जो कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसी आपकी अपनी कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसी, अगर वहां के लोग इस तरह से पलटते हैं तो ये मुझे लगता है आई ओपनर होना चाहिए। बीजेपी को इस बात को समझना पड़ेगा कि आगे ये तो अच्छा है कि
तो बहुत सारे फैक्टर्स है, केवल इसमें जेनजी को एक फैक्टर के तौर पर ना देखा जाए। बहुत सारे मुद्दों पर नाराजगी थी जो एक साथ इट कल्मिनेटेड और एक साथ इस स्वरूप में बाहर आई है। एक दूसरी बात मैं आपसे पूछना चाहती हूँ, कास्ट इक्वेशन बहुत बड़ी सच्चाई है भारत में। चुनाव की कैंडिडेट्स के सिलेक्शन में एक स्ट्रैटेजी रहती है, और अगर इस कंस्टिट्यूएंसी की आप बात करें, यू कैन करेक्ट मी इफ आई एम रॉन्ग अमित, यहाँ पर बहुत ज्यादा अपर कास्ट वोटर्स की तादाद है। उसके बावजूद, और क्योंकि जिसको कि एक ट्रेडिशनल वोट बैंक माना जाता है बीजेपी का, उसके बावजूद भी अगर ये बात बीजेपी के खिलाफ गई है तो केवल मुद्दे नहीं है, फिर बहुत कुछ बहुत सारे ऐसी चीजें, देयर वाज एन अंडरकरंट जो इस रिजल्ट के तौर पर बाहर आई है।
एकदम सही, क्योंकि ये जो अपर कास्ट होता है इसको हार्डकोर वोटर, आपका ट्रेडिशनल वोटर माना जाता है बीजेपी का। लेकिन आप देखिए यूजीसी का मामला हुआ, उस समय भी जो अपर कास्ट था वो नाराज हुआ। तो आप कह सकते हैं कि एक एक स्टेप बाय स्टेप करके जो अपर कास्ट भी है वो पिछले कुछ दिनों में नाराज है। ब्राह्मण नाराज है, राजपूत नाराज है, आप उत्तर प्रदेश में भी देखिए। तो ये जो अपर कास्ट है, क्योंकि आपने ये मान लिया कि अब जो बीजेपी है, जो कि कभी कहा जाती थी कि ब्राह्मण और अपर कास्ट जो है उसका वो एक ऐसा वोटर है और बनिया, ये बीजेपी के ट्रेडिशनल वोटर है। पहले बीजेपी के पास, फिर ओबीसी और तमाम जो दूसरे हैं उसके लिए प्रयास किया जाता था। 2014 के बाद बदला, नरेंद्र मोदी जब बीजेपी के चेहरा बने तो इसके बाद उन वोटर पर ज्यादा फोकस हुआ। तो ऐसे में जो एक अपर कास्ट आपका जो है, जो कि आपका ट्रेडिशनल वोटर है, उसके भीतर की नाराजगी, क्योंकि कहा जाता था कि ये जो सीटें हैं इस पर आप किसी को भी खड़ा कर दीजिए, कोई भी कास्ट खड़ा हो जाएगा, वो चुनाव जीत जाएगा। लेकिन नहीं हुआ, वो नहीं हुआ। तो ये
यही बात प्रशांत किशोर लगातार अपने कैंपेन में बोलते रहे कि बीजेपी को इतना कॉन्फिडेंस, उनको लगता है कि ऐसा होगा, लेकिन हुआ नहीं। ऑल्सो व्हेन ही वाज लीडिंग, लेट्स लिसन, अमित सुन लेते हैं कि जब वो लीड कर रहे थे थोड़ी देर पहले तो उनका क्या रिएक्शन था। लेट्स लिसन इन टू दिस मैसेज दैट प्रशांत किशोर वाज ट्राइंग टू गिव टू द बीजेपी लीडरशिप।
बांकीपुर की जनता की जीत है और जैसा कि चुनाव प्रचार के दौरान हम लोगों ने जो बात रखी थी, ये विधायक बनाने का चुनाव नहीं है, ये भाजपा के केंद्रीय नेतृत्व को ये संदेश देने का एक प्रयास है बिहार की जनता के द्वारा कि बिहार में किसी अच्छे व्यक्ति को मुख्यमंत्री बनाइए। आपको जनता ने 202 विधायक जिताए हैं, किसी अपराधी, किसी गलत चाल चरित्र चेहरा वाले व्यक्ति को बिहार का नेतृत्व मत दीजिए, अच्छे आदमी को बनाइए ताकि बिहार में भी शिक्षा हो, बिहार में भी बच्चों के लिए रोजगार हो, बिहार के बच्चों को भी बाहर मजदूरी करने न जाना पड़े। ये सब।
So that was Prashant Kishore's message to the BJP leadership. You should have chosen the chief minister face wisely. और वही सारे मुद्दे जिस पर की नाराजगी थी बीजेपी के खिलाफ अमित, उस पर अच्छा खासा जोर प्रशांत किशोर ने दिया। Thank you Amit. Thank you very much for joining us on the broadcast with those inputs. Thank you for breaking down the details for us. Quick break. With that, we have a lot more lined up on the other side. Stay on with us. Welcome back. A Delhi court has acquitted former Wrestling Federation of India chief Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh in the sexual harassment case filed by 6 women wrestlers. The allegations made by 6 women wrestlers, including Olympian Vinesh Fogart, dated back to Brij Bhushan's tenure as the WFI chief. He had consistently denied all the charges. The case triggered a nationwide protest in 2023, with Olympic medalists and several top wrestlers staging months-long sit-in at Delhi's Jantar Mantar, demanding Brij Bhushan's arrest and his removal from the Wrestling Federation of India. The verdict comes just months after Vinesh Fogart publicly revealed that she was one of the 6 complainants in the case. Reacting to Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh's acquittal, wrestlers Vinesh Fogart and Bajrang Punia have vowed to continue their legal fight. The Olympians expressed disappointment over the verdict, alleging that the system had protected Brij Bhushan from the beginning. Vinesh said the wrestlers have instructed their lawyers to challenge the acquittal in a higher court. Let's now, in fact, take you through the timeline of this entire case. It all began in January 2023 when Olympic medalists Sakshi Malik, Bajrang Punia and Vinesh Fogart came together to accuse then Wrestling Federation of India chief Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh of sexual harassment and abuse of power. The wrestlers initially called off their protest after the government assured them that an oversight committee would be set up to examine the allegations. But by April 2023, the protests resumed and soon gathered momentum. The wrestlers moved the Supreme Court, following which Delhi police registered an FIR against Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh. The legal battle then moved to the courtroom. In May 2024, a Delhi trial court framed charges against the former WFI chief, paving way for the trial. And now, after nearly 3 years of legal proceedings, the Rouse Avenue Court has acquitted Brij Bhushan of all charges. Meanwhile, reacting to the verdict, Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh said the allegations against him stemmed from differences over the rules of WFI. According to him, some wrestlers believed their rights were being repeatedly violated because of regulations framed by the federation, which eventually led to the allegations against him.
जो आरोप लगने का कारण था, क्योंकि कुछ ऐसे खिलाड़ी थे जिनका लगातार हक मारा जाता था, उन्हीं के लिए फेडरेशन ने कुछ नियम बनाए थे, कुछ रूल बनाए थे, और उसी कारण ये लोग, बड़े लोग नाराज हुए और एक बड़ा प्रदर्शन हुआ जिसमें कई राजनीतिक पार्टियां भी इनके साथ शामिल हुई, लेकिन हमारी बात सही हुई और जिनके लिए हम लड़ रहे थे उनके हक की जीत हुई। जो लड़कियां हैं, हम केवल रेसलिंग की बात करेंगे, जिनकी बड़ी इज्जत थी और इज्जत है भी, लेकिन कुछ समय के लिए वो लड़कियां डर गई थी कि हम अखाड़े पर जाएं कि ना जाएं, क्योंकि जब वर्ल्ड चैंपियन के साथ हो सकता है, ओलंपिक मेडलिस्ट के साथ हो सकता है, तो घर वाले भी डर गए थे। आज वो सारी बातें साफ हो गई।
Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh's son has also welcomed the court's verdict, calling it a victory for truth. He said the family had endured nearly 3 years of difficult phase and thanked supporters, including the people of Kaisarganj, wrestlers and political leaders who stood by them throughout the legal battle.
ये 3 साल से 2.5-3 साल से जो संकट और ये कष्ट हम लोग झेल रहे थे जी, आज सच्चाई की जीत हुई है। मैं आपके माध्यम से जो हमारे साथ खड़े रहे जी, नौजवान पहलवान, कैसरगंज की जनता, हमारे मंडल की जनता और पूरे देश के जो नेताजी के मानते हैं या उनके साथ खड़े रहे इस संघर्ष में, इस संकट में, मैं उन सबको धन्यवाद करना चाहता हूँ। आज सबकी जीत है। जो भी रहा, जो भी मीडिया ट्रायल हुए, इसका कष्ट किसने झेला? आज बाइज्जत बरी हुए, उनको जंतर मंतर पे बताया गया कि इनको फांसी देनी चाहिए, इनको जिंदा जलाना चाहिए। आज उसका जवाब कौन देगा?
Let's break down the details of this entire case. First of all, what was the case all about? Sexual harassment that was alleged by 6 women wrestlers. This case stemmed from the 2023 protest that was carried out by the wrestlers. And what were the charges? Section 354, outraging modesty. Section 354A, sexually colored remarks. And Section 506, criminal intimidation. Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh's acquittal has now triggered a fresh political storm. Congress MP Priyanka Gandhi Vadra questioned the claims of women's empowerment and support for youth in an attack on the government after the verdict. Meanwhile, Samajwadi Party MP Dimple Yadav said that the court has given the decision and if wrestlers wish, they can challenge the verdict in a higher court.
और जिस तरह से ब्रिज भूषण को जिस रिहा किया गया है, कहा जा रहा है कि जो रेसलर थी वो उत्पीड़न का जो शिकायत थी उस पर उनको रिहा किया गया, किस तरह से
रिहा जो करा गया वो कोर्ट के माध्यम से किया गया। एक केस तो कोर्ट में चल रहा है, अभी रेसलर्स अगर चाहेंगे तो अपना कोर्ट अपर कोर्ट में लेके जाएंगे।
एक तरफ कहते हैं कि यंग जनरेशन के साथ हैं, एक तरफ महिला सशक्तिकरण की बात है, महिला रिजर्वेशंस की बात है, और दूसरी तरफ ये।
So you heard how Priyanka Gandhi Vadra has hit out at the government, and not just Priyanka Gandhi Vadra. There are other leaders as well who are hitting out at the government, saying that the system seems to be protecting Brij Bhushan Singh on one hand, and on the other you keep talking about women empowerment. Let me go across to Karishma, who's getting us more details. Karishma, you in fact have covered those protests that were done by the women wrestlers, and today after this particular acquittal, their first reaction is that they are going to challenge this in a higher court.
Well, yes, absolutely, Swati. We were there. We covered the entire wrestlers' protest when it was a months-long sit-in protest at Jantar Mantar, where they had asked for resignation of the then WFI president, Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh, who has been given a clean chit today by the Rouse Avenue court. But Bajrang Punia and Vinesh Fogart taking to social media and releasing a statement and saying the fight is going to continue, and Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh is being protected by people, but they will appeal this verdict in a higher court. But interestingly, Swati, one thing to note here is while Sakshi Malik was also a part of that particular protest, till now she hasn't released any official statement. Only Vinesh Fogart and Bajrang Punia have released a similar statement on both their social media handles. But Sakshi Malik at this point in time, who is out of India currently, hasn't released any official statement. So that also is an interesting observation. But having said that, they have made it clear that the women wrestlers are not going to sit quietly. They are going to appeal this in a higher court. But Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh, while talking to our colleague Shefali, also maintaining that there was, politics involved in this entire protest, and that today he is vindicated because his name has been cleared by the court.
Right. Absolutely. Karishma, thank you very much for getting us the details, and keep tracking the developments. This is far from over, like the wrestlers are saying. They are going to continue their legal battle. Moving on now, a political protest over Cauvery has triggered an entirely different controversy over targeting of a woman who has nothing to do with the dispute. As Udayanidhi Stalin addressed a DMK protest in Thanjavur against the Vijay-led TVK government, sections of the cadre began chanting actor Trisha's name as a taunt aimed at the chief minister. But why should a woman be dragged into a political rivalry between two parties? And instead of immediately shutting down the chants, Udayanidhi responded with wordplay saying, and I quote, "Whichever water comes or not, that water should come," before adding, "I meant the Cauvery." This is not harmless political banter. Political parties are free to attack Vijay, question his government and hold him accountable on Cauvery. But using Trisha's name as ammunition to mock a man crosses a line.
எங்க தண்ணி வருதோ அல்லது அங்க தண்ணி வரணும். காவிரி சொன்ன எங்க தண்ணி வருதோ அல்லது அங்க தண்ணி வரணும். காவிரி சொன்ன எங்க தண்ணி வருதோ அல்லது அங்க தண்ணி வரணும். காவிரி சொன்ன எங்க தண்ணி வருதோ அல்லது அங்க தண்ணி வரணும். காவிரி சொன்ன.
And now we have reactions coming in from the BJP on that statement given by Udayanidhi Stalin. BJP's Narayan Tirupati has hit out at DMK leader Udayanidhi Stalin, calling out his double meaning speech about Tamil Nadu Chief Minister Vijay and Trisha in Thanjavur, disgusting, obscene, vulgar and shameful. Let me go across to Dharani, who's getting us more details. Dharani, this slogan, chanting of Trisha's name while talking about the Cauvery issue, and after that what Udayanidhi Stalin said has led to a massive political storm now. BJP also hitting out at Udayanidhi Stalin.
Well, BJP is now calling the remarks made by Udayanidhi Stalin as obscene, vulgar and misogynistic, because in the video we can very clearly see that as Udayanidhi Stalin is making his speech, workers of the DMK, functionaries of the DMK, they are seen chanting Trisha's name, and Trisha has no connection to this protest. She's not even in politics. And remember earlier also, once Tamil Nadu BJP chief Nayanar Nagendran took Trisha's name once while criticizing Chief Minister Vijay, and at that time Trisha put out a very strong statement condemning Nayanar for that behavior. And now as the DMK cadre, they are seen chanting Trisha's name in that particular protest by the DMK. Udayanidhi Stalin is not trying to stop them. He's not trying to condemn them, or he's not trying to stop them. He just continues his speech, and in fact he goes on to make a double meaning remark, is what many say. Udayanidhi Stalin says that whichever water comes or not, that water must come, and I mean Cauvery, is what he says. So many are inferring this particular remark by Udayanidhi Stalin as a derogatory one and as a double meaning one. So now many are demanding Udayanidhi to issue an apology, a public apology for insulting women like that and for making such a derogatory remark.
All right, Dharani, in fact, we have Mr. Narayan Tirupati joining us on the broadcast. Mr. Tirupati, we were just talking about your comments. You have said what Udayanidhi Stalin said was disgusting, it was shameful. BJP now also asking for his arrest, Mr. Tirupati?
Yes, he should be arrested. A LOP, leader of opposition, he claims to be from a very big party, talking like this in open public. Definitely even a rogue, a thief, will not talk like this. Who has a mother, wife, sister, or even a daughter, would not speak so vulgarly. And I don't think Udayanidhi's mother, wife, or his daughter will accept this. The best part is that, the worst part is that Mr. M.K. Stalin is just watching as a mute spectator to this. So I think Mr. Vijay has to order for the arrest of Udayanidhi Stalin. How can he talk like this?
But Mr. Tirupati, you know that Mr. Nayanar Nagendran's comments also led to a massive controversy and political furor, and Trisha herself had called it out.
See, you can't compare what Nayanar Nagendran said and what Udayanidhi has said. I cannot even, explain you. You are a lady. I cannot even explain you what Udayanidhi said. So just stop comparing all these things. What Nayanar Nagadan is told was totally a different one. And
well,
see,
it should not be about. Then it should not be about. Then it should not be about political parties and individuals. Whoever has made such statement, action should be taken against them, irrespective of the party they belong to. Thank you very much, Mr. Tirupati, for joining us in the broadcast with your views, and thank you to Dharni for getting us the details. Moving on, Jharkhand's student protest over alleged irregularities in state examinations have now entered the 10th day. Students protesting against alleged issues in JPSC and JSSC exams have intensified their agitation, demanding a CBI probe into the matter. The movement, which began as a small gathering in Ranchi, has now grown into a larger protest with support coming from student groups, political parties and civil society organizations. A mashal march and slogan-raising protests were also held as students continued their demand for action.
तरीपार कंपनी पूरे देश भर में जिसको ब्लॉक लिस्ट किया गया है, आखिर झारखंड सरकार ने उससे जेपीएससी का एग्जाम क्यों कंडक्ट किया, इसका भी जवाब देना पड़ेगा। और जेपीएससी को रिफॉर्म किया जाए, जितने भी लोग हैं ऊपर से बॉटम से लेकर टॉप से लेकर बॉटम तक सबको हटाओ और संवैधानिक मूल्य पर वो लोग काम करेंगे। ऐसे व्यक्ति को जो माने कि भ्रष्टाचार नहीं करेंगे, पेपर के लिख रही है और रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी तय हो। अगर आपके राज्य में, आपके समाज में हो रही है, आपकी सरकार में इस तरह हो रही है, तो आपका रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी होना चाहिए, नैतिक रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी होना चाहिए और इसका जिम्मेवारी आप लीजिए, नहीं तो सुधार कीजिए या अपने पद से हट जाइए।
जेपीएससी का जो इतिहास है वो कितना काला है और वो जो ग्रहण लगा हुआ था, अब हमें लग रहा है धीरे धीरे वो ग्रहण खत्म होने वाला है और जेपीएससी जेएसएससी में अकाउंटेबिलिटी अध्यक्ष के साथ साथ बाकी और लोगों को भी सुनिश्चित करनी पड़ेगी, पारदर्शिता उन्हें सुनिश्चित करनी पड़ेगी।
जिस तरह के जेएसएससी में, जेपीएससी में जैसा धांधली हो रहा है, इस सरकार से हम यही सवाल पूछना चाहते हैं कि ये कब रुकेगी। ये जो धांधलियां हो रही है, सरकार जो बिहारियों को नौकरी दे रही है, जो यूपी वालों को, जो हरियाणा वालों को नौकरी दे रही है, क्या यहाँ के छात्र ठेला चलाएंगे, ठेला और रिक्शा चलाएंगे क्या? यहाँ के सरकार लेबर का काम करेंगे और जो बाहर के जो लोग हैं, यूपी बिहार के लोग, क्या वो लोग को नौकरी देंगे? उन लोग को नौकरी क्यों मतलब पैसे दी जा रही है? हम लोग कहाँ जाएं?
Well, amid the ongoing protest, student leader Devendranath Mahato, who has emerged as the face of the movement, like Sonam Wangchuk, who was on a 26-day hunger strike, Devendranath Mahato has now started an indefinite hunger strike. Mahato's demand is clear: cancellation of the 14th JPSC examination, alleging irregularities in the recruitment process.
मेरा कहना है कि ये जांच से पर्याप्त चीज हो गया है कि पीटी परीक्षा को रद्द करना चाहिए। तो वर्तमान समय में झारखंड सरकार का जो रवैया है और आयोग का जो रवैया है, इससे झारखंड के तमाम छात्र का मेरे पास फोन आ रहा है। इस प्रकार से मनोबल टूट रहा है कि कुछ लोगों को गिरफ्तार करेंगे, कुछ जांच पड़ताल होगी और अचानक किसी दिन मुख्य परीक्षा का तिथि घोषणा कर दिया जाएगा। तो हम छात्र का मनोबल को बनाए रखने के लिए इस लड़ाई को आगे और बढ़ाते हुए सत्याग्रह के 9वें दिन आज हम अपना अन्न को त्याग कर रहे हैं और भूख हड़ताल पर बैठ रहे हैं। सबसे पहले 14वीं पीटी परीक्षा को रद्द कराएंगे।
And after over 8 days of protest, CJP founder DMK has now responded to the JPSC paper leak controversy. Speaking to protesting students, DMK extended support to the Jharkhand aspirants and said that CJP stands with their demand for justice.
जी कल रात को ही मेरी उनसे बात हुई और मैंने उनसे बात की और मैंने उनको पूरा अश्योरेंस दिया उनको कि आपकी जो भी डिमांड्स हैं हम पूरी तरह आपके साथ हैं और आप संघर्ष करते रहिए। जैसी मेरी तबीयत ठीक होती है मैं खुद वहां जाऊंगा। अभी क्योंकि मुझे टाइफाइड हो रखा है तो इसलिए मैं ट्रैवल नहीं कर पा रहा हूँ, लेकिन झारखंड में जो प्रोटेस्ट हो रहा है उन स्टूडेंट्स के साथ हम पूरी तरीके से।
Now, from the CJP protest at Jantar Mantar to the ongoing JPSC agitation in Jharkhand, a question is being raised over the political response. The leaders who supported Jantar Mantar protest are not visible in the Jharkhand students' protest. Why this difference in approach? Is there selective attention towards protests? Rahul Gandhi's silence on JPSC agitation has also become a point of political debate. Meanwhile, political slugfest over JPSC protest in Jharkhand, the BJP has backed the aspirants alleging corruption and nepotism in the commission and accusing the government of ignoring the concerns of the youth. The Congress has hit back, questioning BJP's track record on JPSC exams and saying dialogue is the only way to address grievances of protesting students. Listen in.
वो छात्र है
और वो छात्र अपने जेन्युइन डिमांड के लिए पिछले 7-8 साल में झारखंड पब्लिक सर्विस कमीशन, झारखंड स्टाफ सिलेक्शन कमीशन में केवल भाई भतीजावाद और भ्रष्टाचार हुआ है। जो झारखंड के बच्चे हैं वो जेन्युइनली नौकरी नहीं कर पा रहे हैं, उनको नौकरी नहीं मिल पा रही है। जो गरीब बच्चे हैं उनको तो और भी नहीं मिल रही है। इसके लिए झारखंड में लगातार आंदोलन चल रहा है। कोई भी व्यक्ति जो है उसका संज्ञान लेने को तैयार नहीं है। जेपीएससी के जो मेंबर हैं वो कांग्रेस के सदस्य हैं। जेपीएससी के जो मेंबर हैं वो झारखंड मुक्ति मोर्चा के सदस्य हैं।
हेमंत सोरेन जी स्वयं माटी पुत्र है, युवा हैं और संवेदनशील हैं, और यही एक कारण है कि उन्होंने अभी 14वीं जेपीएससी चल रही है। उसके पूर्व भारतीय जनता पार्टी की 16 साल की सरकार थी, तो केवल 5 एग्जाम उन्होंने कंडक्ट किए। हेमंत सोरेन जी के आने के पहले 5 सालों में उन्होंने एक भी एग्जाम जेपीएससी का कंडक्ट नहीं किया है। और उनके कार्यकाल में पहले इलेक्शन पहला जो जेपीएससी एग्जाम हुआ, सारे के सारे चेयरमैन से लेकर सारे मेंबर वो जेल में थे, सब पे एफआईआर। तो वो भारतीय जनता पार्टी का कोई नैतिक आधार नहीं बोलने का। बावजूद इसके हम ये जरूर कहना चाहेंगे, युवा हमारे कंधार है, हमारे भविष्य है। सरकार को संवेदनशीलता हम अपेक्षा करते हैं। हेमंत सोरेन जी उनसे बातें करेंगे, संवाद कायम होना चाहिए, और जब तक संवाद कायम नहीं होगा उनके जो ग्रीवांस है वो एड्रेस आप कैसे करेंगे।
With that, we're slipping into a very short break. A lot more is lined up on the other side. Do stay on with us. Mumbai's roads are riddled with potholes. Streets continue to flood. Exposed live wires and falling trees remain a recurring safety hazard. But amid these civic woes, the BMC, which is tasked with keeping Mumbai's civic infra in shape, is now facing questions over its own priorities. Its leadership has sought a 1.5 crore rupees upgrade to Toyota Innova Crista vehicles, claiming the Scorpio SUVs provided in January earlier this year were uncomfortable and it caused them back problems, back pain. The timing of the demand by BMC has only fueled the debate. Have a look at the visuals on your screens. These are visuals from last month. Even as Mumbaikars continue to navigate crumbling roads, the infrastructure, waterlogging and other civic hazards, questions are being raised over whether the BMC's priorities are in the right place. Listen in to the demands that have been raised by leader Ganesh Khankar.
वैधानिक समित्याचे अध्यक्ष आहेत, उपमहापौर आहेत, यांनी सर्वांनी मिळून आम्ही मागणी केली होती की आता जी वाहनं आम्हाला दिलेली आहेत या गाड्या बदलण्यात याव्या, याविषयी तक्रार होती आणि त्या पद्धतीने प्रशासनाकडे आम्ही गटनेत्यांच्या बैठकीत आम्ही मागणी केली होती. त्यानुसार आताच्या ज्या गाड्या
Let's go across to Rucha, who's getting us more details. Rucha, the BJP leader there was saying the vehicles that have been given to us are not comfortable. Well, Mumbaikars are saying the infrastructure that you've given to us is not comfortable either for us to travel. The kind of, potholes on them causes accidents, causes people to die on roads. So you've not given us good infrastructure, but you want better cars because it's uncomfortable for you. Those are the questions people are asking.
Well, that is right. The Mumbaikars are now questioning why are the elected representatives expecting VIP treatment. Previously also we saw the deputy mayor asking for a special allotment of a bungalow in South Mumbai so that he does not have to travel from Western Mumbai to the South Mumbai because he faces mental and physical stress because it wastes his time, and that is recurring. Now also we are seeing that these particular people who are heads of various departments, standing committee, education committee and several other departments, these people are asking allotment of luxurious cars for better travel.
People are asking what about us, the taxpayers, what about our comfort, what about our safety. Let's in fact listen into more such voices. Thank you, Rucha, for getting us the details. This is how people have responded. This is your opinion, your voice.
See, the potholes which are their problem, it is a problem in whole of Maharashtra, in every part of the country. Now the politicians are investing in the infrastructure, but they are not investing in the public utility. The public utility which is required to be taken care. Now from the June till today, this is the first week of the August, till today we have lost nearly 50 people's life. Now who is responsible for this?
But the government is not serious about their lives and their families, how that they are surviving. It is the complete responsibility of the BMC as well as the state government. They should be answerable, they should be punished, they should be take the necessary steps. Why this thing is happening last 22 years, I'm looking this type of facts. Every monsoon season comes before all of us.
And that's all we could pack for you in this broadcast. News and updates will continue. Stay on with us.